Well, consider it a double feature in the kitchen today. We have Arlene Simili from Mrs. C's Dressing and Oil, and of course, Jimmy Azzaro from the Corona Butcher here. He's going to do up a pork chop dish for us in a moment. We're going to do some Brussels sprouts, put a delicious sauce together. We're going to start with Arlene, and you've got a combination of the sauces that you have that you're going to make into a great dish. How do we get started?
Yes, I am. Here's my Brussels sprouts, which are going to be slow roasted, and I am making a honey balsamic glaze to drizzle over the top. I'm going to start with adding my ingredients, which is 1/3 cup of the aged balsamic vinegar. And then I have 1/2 cup of pure olive oil that I'm adding. I have Dijon mustard. Now, when you're making this at home, you can fool with the ingredients as far as the mustard and honey. If you want it a little more spicy or if you want it a little more sweet, you can control that, okay, by adding those two accordingly. Today I have with me a Touch for Health raw honey. This is unfiltered, and it's an unheated honey. It's wildflower, and it's right from Monroe County and Pike County.
So 4 simple ingredients. You have your Brussels sprouts that have been sliced in half and roasted up a little bit. So now you'll get the sauce together and end up just drizzling it on to the Brussels sprouts?
Yes, sir. And I'm going to whisk everything together.
All right, and while you're working on that, Arlene, we'll jump over to Jimmy. And Jimmy, you're going to tell us about pork today, but that's not all you have at the Corona Butcher. You've got a lot going on.
Yeah, it's the holidays. So we do so many specialty items. Our number one specialty item going into Christmas is always the rib roast. We use top quality meats. You know, we cut them off the bone, tie them back on, you bake it. It's easy to slice.
It is the perfect Christmas Day item, or really any holiday that you celebrate, any party that you have. And the dish you're going to end up doing for us today is the pork chops?
Yes, Granny Smith stuffed pork chops. Now what I did was I took a Granny Smith apple, I sauteed it in butter that's imported from Italy that we carry at the Corona Butcher. Sauteed that up, stuffed the pork chops, then I'm going to cook them up. I'm going to top it with the honey balsamic glaze.
Oh, so you're going to use that not only for the Brussels sprouts, but double purpose it with the pork chop. You could find out much more about the Corona Butcher at Mrs. C's online. We're going to have much more from them in our next half hour. Cook up the pork chops and the Brussels sprouts. In the meantime, here's Valerie.
Look, back in the kitchen with Arlene from Mrs. C's Dressing and Oil, and we have Jimmy from the Corona Butcher. I don't know if you can hear that sizzle, but it's one of the best sounds. This is the pork chop, Jimmy, with the caramelized Granny Smith apples. Incredible. So what have you been doing in the last 20 minutes or so?
Just basically slow roasting it in the roasting pan. That's really it.
That's all you need to do.
Yeah, that's it.
What a simple yet delicious meal.
Yes.
And this is from your pork chop cut, which you said is one of the more popular for the holidays?
Yes. We do tons of roasts like this. I could do a whole crown roast. We do them all stuffed with any kind of stuffing that you want.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I love it. This makes our lives a little easier, right? That's great. So you have all different types of roasts, and you also, I see you brought different types of Italian pastas and cheeses and meats as well that you serve.
When it comes to Italian specialties,
oh, it does. Okay.
We're pretty much the best in the Poconos. We really are. Everything you carry, all the Italian pastas, everything is imported right from Italy.
Okay.
The cheeses imported from Italy. The oils, the sauces, we got it all.
Okay, so there's really something for everyone, and you can use the meats, of course, in the different sauces, and then put them all together. Looks incredible. We'll go back to that in just a bit, but I want to catch up with Arlene, where she has been working on this pierogi surprise, I understand, and I don't even 100% know what this is, so fill us in. All I know is it looks delicious.
Well, something different. Instead of having pierogies and onions with butter, I have prepared them with my poppy seed dressing, my versatile salad dressing. And as you can see, they're nice and juicy, ready to go. And in the oven, I have some more pierogies. The other surprise would be to just drizzle over my garlic pepper dipping oil or my Tuscan blend dipping oil on the pierogies.
Wow. So that's very easy. And did you just get the pierogies? How long did you cook them for? It's just standard?
A few minutes in the boiling water just to soften them up a little bit. And then I did the onions while I was doing the pierogies. I did the onions, sauteed those, and then I just took everything and combined it together. And then I just took my little specialty here, my dressing, and added that right in.
And now, Arlene, you know what's really neat is that you don't actually have to go to Mrs. C's, the store, in order to pick up these dressings and the different sauces. You said there's a lot of other places that carry your product as well.
Yes, I wrote a listing today. So for those people that do not have Facebook and they're not on the computer at all, I have a hard copy here with me today. I see it's been posted on the TV, so you could see where to find it. One of the shops especially is Dietrich's Market in Crumsville, because he'll carry the Touch for Health honey and all of my products, and we try to feature these two in this recipe, which I've incorporated today, which is this lovely glaze.
Wow. So yeah, it really just takes the dressing and really takes the recipe to the next level. I cannot wait to actually try the delicious foods that you guys have been preparing for us here today. So we'll do that in just a few minutes, but let's get another check on our question of the day with Dave.
Valerie looks and smells good in the kitchen today. Before
The delicious food that we have here in the kitchen, we've got all different types of pierogies seasoned with garlic salt, some Tuscan dressing, and some poppy seed oil, all from Mrs. C's Dressing and Oil. And Dave is over here next to me, chowing down. I know your mouth may be full, but I got it.
I'm in midstream here, so I can take a second to talk. I will say the idea was that Mrs. C's Dressing and Oil, that we're not using butter here. A little bit lighter, and you put a couple of different versions on the pierogies, and they're phenomenal.
Thank you.
See, and
so much.
I gotta say, just the smell, I haven't actually had a taste yet, which I'm about to dive in and go for.
Well, the fact of the matter is we'd love to take a try of this pork chop, but we can't ruin the presentation until after the show.
It's so beautiful.
I mean, that pork chop is incredible. The Corona Butcher out in the Scott Run area, Mrs. C's Dressing and Oil. You can check them out on Facebook. Arlene and Jimmy, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
We want to thank the rest of our guests for being here, and thank you so much for watching.
And Eyewitness News at 5 starts right now.